Hey there, it's Enderverse. Once again we are compiling a list for mods of the month. This time it's for April 2025. Usually I don't ask for subs from the get-go, but if you've already watched some of the videos and haven't subscribed, consider doing so. You get notified and I get a new friend. Win-win. Now let's dive into the video. First on the list we've got the villager golem healer. If the golem is damaged, the healer drops his anvil, hammer here and there, and a couple of minions emerge running into the golem, healing him upon contact. The golem healer has been designed with care. He does unique human things like sleeping under trees to avoid sunburns, along with picking up flowers and enjoying their scent. Given his nature, being a villager, the golem healer can trade various wares with you, provided you have iron and emeralds. The only drawback is the possibility of abusing the trades, particularly the totem trade, rendering the raids obsolete. This issue has been pointed out by this comment on CurseForge. Sneak has recently made a mod using AI. As sloppy as the concept may seem, the author only used it for brainstorming. The actual implementation was fabulous, which naturally brought it to this list. First we have the Lumishade, a mob that floats around lush caves and illuminates the area in the process. It will attack back if provoked, so be nice. You can tame this slushy creature by feeding it glowberries. After that you will have yourself a living light source, maybe useful to illuminate things on the distance. The Crystal Claw is a mob that you can find in the Amethyst Geodes. Empty of utilities as of now, but the modeling and animations are great. There is also this crystal sound and visual effect every time you hit this mob. The Crystal Claw has a thorn armor that will damage you back each time you land a hit on him, so keep track of your hearts. Finally, we have the Blaze Enderman, a noticeably larger variant of the vanilla Enderman, and every bit as angry, with it attacking you if you keep staring for long. Opposite to regular Enderman, this one will swing an axe. It will also drop different loot, that being the Eye Vendor. On a personal note, I think the Blaze Enderman has an incredible idle animation. Great job, Snake. AI is globally disliked for being used in shady ways, but when it is used for providing inspirations that eventually ends up being great innovations, I'm all about it. Just don't rely on it for skills-based tasks. Meteor Fight is a mod that was mentioned in the Boss Mod series of videos almost 2 years ago. Ever since, the mod has been kept on an older version. Now it has finally been ported over to 1.20.1. The new update was far more than just a quick port. It has altered some of the content. The Dame Fortuna boss has been reworked entirely, with new fighting mechanics and better outlook being retextured and reanimated as well. The Bell Ringer too received a visual spice up, with it also being less powerful and slower, as to balance it with the other bosses. What's more is that the bosses will also drop their heads upon death, in addition to a new neat animation for the Depth Star weapon. This mod has finally become viable for mainstream RPG modpacks, being a 1.21.1 release. And with the new content, I can only assume that it's going to get better. This next mod reanimates the column to the Epic Fight mod. And if you've played said mod, you would know that animations aren't everything about it. The author offered special fighting techniques in addition to cooldowns and stuns that happen mid-battle. The point of this mod is to empower said mob the same way, allowing it to stun enemies and execute all sorts of attacks. With this mod installed, the Iron Golem will have a chance against the trained mobs of the Epic Fight mod. Not just a chance, but is even stronger than any mob right now. Trick is a fabulous full generation mod adding immersive structures to the game. The reason I call these structures immersive is because of how they perfectly blend with their surroundings and the biomes they've spawned in. The mod even adds upgraded villages too. Those remind me of the Better Villages mod, but looking closer, you can absolutely tell a difference. Being lucky enough, you might stumble across large structures that go above and beyond, spawning in uniquely formed mountains and hills, like this establishment for instance. Other structures, however, can work as a fully fledged starter house, with everything you could possibly need. If you are a lazy bum, you would be residentially set upon finding any of these cottage houses. As much as I love the mod, I have to point out some weird bugs that concern the floor of the structures. I'm assuming they are a Mojang bug, but if they are not, I hope the author works on it. This next mod will allow you to armor up your skeleton horse. This way it doesn't die so easily as in vanilla. The mod even offered support to modded horse armors, mainly from mods such as the simple netherite horse armor mod. Skeleton horses can be fun to ride, especially since they survive underwater, so giving them extra protection can prevent them from dying so early, and therefore being useless. NetherEx is another mod to update after a long while. This time it's an even longer period. Initially, the author planned this mod to be an upgrade for the Nether update when it was released back then. The content included mild improvements to the terrains, along with adding few new blocks here and there, in addition to whole new biomes. The mod also offered a small collection of new mobs, each fitting their respective biomes in terms of the colors, textures, and their very nature. If you would like a mod that adds some extra content surrounding the Nether, this one is for you, my friend. Mob Journal is a new item that you spawn with. It's very useful as it will let you know the mob's health, its armor, how many times you've killed it, how many times it killed you, and finally its drops. All you've got to do to add a mob to this encyclopedia is simply getting closer to it. Sure, this simple task may get complicated based on the mob, but it is relatively straightforward. There is also this notification that slides on the top right corner, so you will know it when a mob has been registered. You can also look for mobs based on their name, or if you can't get that, based on their mod too. This is a beautiful mod that will let you connect more with the game, getting higher satisfaction as you discover new species, provided you have a supported mod installed. Before we move on, I have to mention that currently there is a bug where the game crashes every time you try to check a vanilla hostile mob. I don't know why it's happening, but it does. Create Rustic Structures is a mod that adds a couple of medieval buildings that are enforced through various gears and contraptions from the Create mod. The Create parts weren't just functional, they fitted these buildings perfectly, looking aesthetically pleasing. Some of these structures only require some additions here and there to work fully, so be sure to power them and observe this beautiful show for yourself. Gourd Cards introduces a new type of raid, the Pumpkin Raid. The raid included 5 vindictive mobs and 1 boss at the very end. The attacking patterns for each one of these mobs are unique, especially the boss. It has an incredible amount of attacking styles, and you will be tossed all over the place when fighting it. I love the mod's animations and textures, but it feels as though the movement of the mobs is unsynchronized with the impact. They may damage you now, but the animation will only happen a couple of moments later, which can seem cheap, so I hope the author works on improving this issue. Atlantis is a mod that adds a new dimension named the same way, the portal to which is similar to the end portal, in addition to the frames being crafted with vanilla items. Atlantis is an ocean realm filled with coral reefs, along with brand new aquatic plants and absurdly large mountains. Naturally, you can also come across an Atlantic village. Sadly, I could not find any fish people or Poseidon. Yeah, there are no fish people. However, there are new realistic mobs such as the seahorse that swim in large groups and the starfish that crawls on the surface. Final note I will add are these fabulous new building blocks, the shells. They can make for great corners. This mod is quite enjoyable, especially if you pair it with a mod such as the scuba gear. This way you don't have to rely on potions and the turtle helmet, you can just swim freely with no fear in mind. ReNether is also a mod that improves the Nether, only it does so in an all-out fashion, adding new biomes that has been built from scratch, along with plenty of new content to discover. That being said, you can also find biomes that are relatively similar to vanilla, like the Warped Grove. Though conversely, biomes like the Ashen Fields are unlike anything Mojang has ever developed. Amongst the new content mentioned earlier, you can craft new electrical components, mainly a LED battery. This thing will allow you to extend the reach of redstone signals. There are also a bunch of new creatures with entirely new models, animations, and of course, abilities. A world generation mod of this kind wouldn't be complete without new dungeons. The ReNether mod offers new structures that you can explore and obtain new loot from. ReNether is one of the better options for enhancing the Nether. Although I talked about how all out its features are, it's still relatively simple in comparison to some other mods, so try it out. Mofu's broken Constellation is perhaps the most underrated mod in the world. It got closer to 100,000 downloads by now, but once you see what I'm about to show you, this number will quickly grow small. The mod's purpose was to upgrade the end dimension entirely. The world generation for once was overhauled. There will be new biomes painted with different colors, made in different shapes, and feature new mobs too. The structures here are addictively stareable. They are so magnificent and detailed, especially the larger boss housing variants. Now to my second favorite part about the mod, the creatures. Their animations are fabulous. They even adapt to every situation the mob is in, and there's also a death animation too. The only thing I would ask the author is to add more attacking patterns. Currently, not a lot can be seen, though this is certainly not the case with the bosses. With equally gratifying animations, the bosses offer the whole package, amazing visuals and diversified attacking patterns. This boss may summon some of his minions to attack you, sends you flying and down to your death, launch some explosive projectiles, and even demolishes you with a deadly laser attack. This is only one of the bosses. There are more, but one principle amongst all of the remaining bosses is that they don't have absurdly high HP or high damage. Their animations are also unbelievable, and they may also get through a second phase closer to death. Though I'm pretty sure there are other features exclusive to individual bosses, so explore them yourself. The team behind this mod fulfilled their mission, so the rest is for you friend to try your luck around the Mofu's broken constellations. Next up we have Placeable Plants, a mod that will allow you to place plants on top of any blocks, not just strictly grass or dirt. This may sound nonsensical, but it can be alright, as in real life plants can blossom from in between stone bricks and under-maintained paveways, so it may indicate the test of time in the game. Logic aside, this feature can make for fabulous decorations, provided you know what you're doing and not just placing plants wherever. There's also this new recipe that you can use to create taller variants of the plants. This is plenty useful as these variants aren't all that common. This mod can also run on 1.21.5, meaning that the new plants within the Spring to Life update are also supported, and the new recipes are too included. So I would find it a no-brainer not to install this mod, considering its harmlessness and its creative potential. This is a horrific mod that I advise no one with heart issues to try it. In the past, we've seen some scary mods, but most of them were cheap, to be honest, only adding some dwellers or freaky models with speed 50 and loud sounds. This mod is actually objectively scary. The suspense and the silence, the lighting, and also the shading of the whole scenery makes it hard to relax and therefore achieving the purpose of making you physically uncomfortable and scared. As I said earlier, this is a mod that will get you to soil your pants. It's an entire level of scary, up there with taxes, so try it out. Death Sorter is a mod that I'm sure you will love. Each time you die, coming back to your loot, you will realize that the items are back precisely where they were. This way you don't have to organize them all over. This is an issue that can be fixed with the Keep Inventory command. But what kind of coward uses this command? I feel that the Death Sorter is a much better alternative, balancing difficulty with convenience. Bloxy's Skills is a mod that will allow you to enhance your speed, strength, and many other attributes simply through leveling up the vanilla way. Each time you kill a mob, mine a tough block, or obtain XP in any way, you will increase your skills meter too, getting closer to eventually leveling up one of the attributes. The author has also added a flexible system where you can refund levels, subtracting them from one attribute and onto the other. This is an excellent mod, but I guess the refunding should happen only once, not infinitely, and that would be my only suggestion for the author. This next mod is a unique Vol'jin project, adding floating structures in the form of whales carrying houses on their back. There are different types of whales, some even carrying whole arenas on their back, where you have to fight and kill the mobs abroad to receive the rewards in the middle. The design of these whales was breathtaking. I guess the author is a professional builder, or did they hire someone for it? Either way, those are some high quality structures and I'm glad they are being shared for free. Coming from the same person behind projects such as Enderman Overhaul and Creeper Overhaul, Josh and Alex have introduced the Golem Overhaul with the same purpose in mind, expanding upon the concept of the golem but keeping the vanilla mechanics. Although some of these golems can be found randomly in the world, most of which you can assemble yourself, which stays true to the vanilla golem. These golems can be extremely powerful, even the seemingly peaceful and tiny ones like this honey golem. Even a Ravager can kill this thing. There are also the type of golems you can ride, primarily the NetherEx golem. This one is an absolute war machine. It's so strong that when riding it, you don't have to worry about the golem's health, only your own. I really love the quality of this project, and I can confidently say that the authors have not dropped the ball relative to their past projects. Keep it up, guys. Not so long ago, I tried a mod that gives you the famous head split animation that reacts to your voice, inspired directly from the game repo. Well, the Chalken Heads is a mod that has been around way earlier than the repo Chalken Heads, and it did pretty much the same thing. Only this time your head will be ballooning instead of splitting like a tin can. The louder you are, the bigger the balloon. So, give your vocal cords a test with this mod.
Hear me out, please!
I love both mods, but the special about the Chalken Heads is that it goes down to 1.20.1, appealing to a higher audience, in addition to being highly configurable, as you can change it so that your head shrinks instead of expanding. The Happy Ghast, an incredibly high quality animal mod, a prehistoric creatures mod, and a lot more can be found on last month's wrap up. So, go check it out. Subscribe to receive notifications for any monthly wrap up. You don't know what kind of mods you could be missing out on. Now I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.